Hi everyone, Namaste. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well. So today we'll solve one more important JavaScript interview question, that is to find the most used character, most used letters in a string, right? So in this apple, as we can see, P is the most repeated letter in this, right? So we have to return the most repeated letter. Okay, so let's start. So initially I will declare a function called most used letter, and I'll accept a string as a parameter, and I'll call this function to see the output in a console.log. Call this function, and I'll pass this apple as an argument to it. Okay. So now I'll declare a variable named character map, and this will be an empty object as if now. So basically this holds the count of each letter, right? I'll show you. So it holds like this. So A is repeated once, so we'll keep it as one, and P is repeated two times, right? So we'll count and store the value in a key value pair, right? We'll store the value of two over here, and L is repeated once, E is repeated once. So basically we store in this manner. So that's why we have declared a variable called char map, and we left it as empty object. So later on we'll loop through this string and fill the value here, right? Okay. So now I'll declare a variable called max char. So here I'll keep it as empty string. Later on we will loop through the array, and we will store which letter is highest repeat, most number of which letter is repeated most times, right? For example, here P is repeated more times. So we'll later on we'll store P over here, right? So next we'll start a for loop which loops to this string, to this given string, right? So for let I is equal to 0, I is less than string dot length I plus plus. So basically here we are looping through the entire string, right? Entire string. So in for loop, we have to apply if condition, right? So basically, in this loop, we'll get each element in the string, right? So we have to check if A is present in the character map or not. If it is present, we'll add one more to it. We'll increase the count, right? If it is not present, we'll make it as one, right? So for example, in this apple, A is not present initially. For example, I will show you on this apple, A is not present, right? So what we will do is we'll initialize A with count 1, right? Later on, we'll come down here, we'll come to P. P is not there in character map, right? Initially, only A is there. P is not, the count of A is available. We'll store P and we'll store it as 1, right? So, sorry. Next again, we'll go for a P. We'll check character map. Does character map has a P letter in it? Yes, it has. So already if it has, we'll increase the count here, right? 2. Again, P, again, sorry, this L and E, the same is go for L and E. For L, again, it will be of 1, and E again it will be of 1. So basically this kind of implementation we are doing over here in the for loop, we are applying the if else condition, right? So we'll check if this character map, if it is already has the present element, the present looping element, right? A P P L will get by looping over here. If it is already has this present letter, what we'll do is we'll just increase that, right? Increase that value how I showed here. P is already present, so we'll increase the count of it, right? Yeah, we'll increase this. Will increase that, right? We'll basically keep on adding. If it is already present, we'll keep on adding. If it is not present, we'll just assign a value to it as 1, right? just assign a value to it. One, as I've showed here, if it is present, we'll increase the count, or else we'll keep it as 1, right? So now here in this character map, we have the count of each letter, right? And I can show you, I can prove you that as well. I'll do console.log and I will show this how it has stored the values, right? I'll save this and go to the browser. See, it has stored A is repeated once, E is once, L is once, and P is repeated for 2 times, right? So it has stored the value as I said here, right? So now we have the count of each letter in this character map object, right? So now the next thing is we have to loop through this entire object, and we have to find which letter is repeated more, and we have to store that letter in the max cal here finally. So finally now we have to loop through this character map object, right? Character map object. And in JavaScript, to loop through the object, we have to use a foreign loop for that, right? So for uh, let each character in that karma object. So next what we have to do is actually I have forgot to take one variable here called max count to keep the maximum count here. Initially it will be 0. So the idea here is here we are looping through the entire character map object, right? So we are accessing each character in it, right? These characters these characters in it. So what we will check is if each character in this character map, the each the count of it is greater than 0, then we'll just increase this maximum count and we'll assign that character to this max character, right? So I'll tell you once. I'll write the code and I'll tell you. I also just forgot to add one more closing parenthesis here. Sorry, check here. If each character in that character map object, so for that what I'll do is to access each character, I'll just do char here is greater than max count, right? We'll declare here max count variable. If that character, if that the count is greater, so basically this is equal to this count, right? This is 1, 2, this count. So if that count is greater than the maximum count, we'll assign that count to this maximum count value variable. Sorry. So maximum count is equal to uh, that particular count, and however in that we'll get each character, right? Each character. So we'll just to max char. This max char is equal to that particular character, right? So I'll save this. I'll go to the browser. I'll reload it. Some issues is there, so I need to check. Yeah, we need to return this as well. This maximum character to see the output. So we have to return that. Return max char. So I'll save this and go to the browser. See, P is repeated more times in this apple. So I'll explain you all this code once again so that you all can understand it better. So here what we are doing is we are looping through the object, character map object, and we are checking here if each character count in this character map is greater than 0, we'll just increase this max count and we'll store that particular character over here in max char. Yeah, got it. Hope you all understood. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Hope you like this video, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.